So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So what I have here is the 2022 Hyundai Staria Cargo 6-speed manual. So this is the base model and the cargo variant of the Hyundai Staria. Also I have a walk-around review of the 11-seater Staria, the GLS Plus. Link of that will be in the description down below. Being the Hyundai Staria Cargo, I was expecting the LED light bar, but for this cargo variant, it's completely blacked out. So it's just black plastic now. So as well, being the base model, you have halogen lights all around and side repeaters. That wasn't present in the top of the line variant. There is one complaint I have. There is no reverse camera for this, no rear parking sensors, no front parking sensors, and as well you only have a 16-inch steel wheels. Where it gets more interesting actually is inside. So here now at the side of the Hyundai Staria Cargo, and unlike some of its competition, this has dual sliding doors, meaning you can open it from this side or in there. And yes, this is the advantage of being the cargo variant. So in case you're planning a business, you need a whole lot of stuff, yes, this will definitely do it. And the other advantage besides having dual sliding doors, this has barn style doors at the rear. It's a two-way process, but at least you can fit your whole house in it if ever. And with the total space, you have a whopping 4,935 liters. I have never said that in my entire life of doing car reviews. You can do a lot of activities, a lot of activities if you want. So as well, being the Staria Cargo, there is probably the plentiest tethering hooks I've ever seen. There is 8 of them all around. What is also nice with this cargo variant, you can option this divider to the cargo if you want only. You have to talk to your sales consultant regarding if you want this option or not. As well, I'd like to thank Miss Sherile Monillas for making this review possible. So yeah, same day I shot the Tucson's review. Link of that will be somewhere here on screen or in the links down below. So as well, being the cargo variant, I was expecting no toys here at all. But there's just one only. There's one cargo light just in the back doors. That's about it here in the exterior and the cargo of the Hyundai Staria Cargo / Superleggera, giving an advanced hint already. So with that I'll show you the front seats. So here now in the front of the Hyundai Staria Cargo, still sounds as good as the GLS Plus 11-seater variant. So here now in the interior, like every other cargo variant van in its class, I expected a lot of bare stuff in here. But no, of course, like all of the cargo variants of the competition of this in its class, this has a 2-din radio setup, simple setup as well, a lot of black buttons like the GLS. But what I'm actually astounded by, I was expecting this to have analog tachometer, analog speedometer. No, this has a 4.2-inch TFT supervision display in a base variant. I've never seen that before. But what I don't recall only from the GLS variant, this has a shade. I must say, it looks like a baseball cap on the digital cluster or even an umbrella. The door is pretty much same layout with the GLS 11-seater variant, but albeit everything is black and plastic, and you still have that underneath a wheels mount texture here for your cubby spaces. And further down below, you have a one long cubby space and a bottle holder. Fits my water jug. Here on the left side, you have a lot of blank buttons again, and then you have a cup holder here again in the A-pillar. Fits my water jug again. And then underneath the 2-din setup, you have a large cubby space. You can fit almost 2 phones, and then further down below. But what I'm surprised, this still retains the 12-volt socket and 2 USB ports and the cup holder just beside the gearbox. And as well, there is a cubby space for your phone. Doesn't go all the way in, but at least you can put it in there. And then glove box, like my complete in the GLS, it is quite puny. And then what else? Manual transmission. Manual transmission, that's all I'm saying. And then as well here in the dashboard where your supervision displays, there's extra cubby spaces there. I found actually you can fit the entire spec sheet of the Staria right here in front. I was expecting as well, being the cargo, to have 2 seats, but no, you have a 3rd seat here. So if I go here, actually you can just slide here if you want. Okay, yeah, it will be tolerable if you sit 3 people. So as well, really weird to me, there's a manual handbrake here. I got used to the electronic parking brake, whatever thingy. But if you don't carry your sister along, you can fold this and it will act as a central armrest. There's a lot of toys here. 2 cubby spaces, 2 cup holders, and another large cubby space at the rear. That's it. And to future business owners or who want to hold just a lot of stuff, I recommend this cargo divider or shield as I would call it. Stay tuned why though later on in the deck. Same layout as well with the indicator stocks. It's gloss black. Same layout with the steering wheel like all Hyundais, albeit 2 blank buttons because there is no infotainment system. That's it. As well above here, a lot of gloss black. You have your lights, and then vanity mirror, and your sun visor. Yep, still the longest sun visor I've ever experienced or you've seen. So yeah, that's about it here in the interior of the Hyundai Staria Cargo. So powering this Hyundai Staria Cargo is the same like all in the Staria variants. It's a 2.2 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that produces 177 horsepower and 431 Newton meters of torque. But this one, being the cargo variant, is mated to a 6-speed manual transmission. 6-speed manual transmission. And like the GLS variant, despite being a manual transmission, this acceleration time from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is done in 12.5 seconds. 0.1 of a second slower than the 11-seater and 1 second faster than the 7-seater GLS Plus variant. So that's about it here in the interior of the Hyundai Staria Cargo. Let's go for a drive. I did like what, at 11 point turn in this Staria. Maneuverability will be very difficult in this Staria Cargo, but surprisingly the steering is so light and I really can't get over the digital display. It's like it has an umbrella or a cap on front. The clutch is not as heavy as you think. It's long but it is not heavy at all. And then the gearbox, surprisingly it's notchy but it is very crisp, I have to say. Oh, there's a shift up indicator. Why? Why do you need that in this thing? But anyway, oh yeah, speaking of 11 point turn, so going around in the car park hole in Hyundai Alabang, the visibility here is nuts. Like I had no issues looking from behind to the pillar, so on and so forth. Yeah, the A-pillar is long, but you have a very big windscreen anyways. And then despite being the manual transmission and no seats at all in the back, this is still slower in a straight line, but this is so fun. So refreshing to drive a manual again in my car review. Wow, this is nuts. Right, brakes, pretty awesome. So I won't call it, to be honest, a Hyundai Staria Cargo. I'd rather call it a Hyundai Staria Superleggera. Okay, pickup in third gear is nuts. Like, it is absolutely nuts. And then NVH. Okay, this one has a lot of turners. And surprisingly, being a cargo van, since there's nothing literally in the back, I expected, I won't say poor NVH, I would say there will be a lot of echoes here. But surprisingly with this, yeah, NVH here is surprisingly solid. And the handling, yeah, the steering is, how would I say this? So let's go back to the Tucson. This is kind of like normal mode, the steering wheel. Not the lightest, not the heaviest. It's just the right amount. And this is what I like with these tires in the first place. No matter what you get, people will look at this thing. This is probably one of the most head-turning Hyundais in a long time. And for once, I'm enjoying driving a van. Wow, of course body lean is mercilessly a lot, but being the cargo Superleggera variant, I drive this all the time. It's so fun. Also, being a long van, cargo van, Yeah, it is quite difficult in terms of the length, but ground clearance, maneuverability, surprisingly I find it easy. Maybe at tighter parts of the city, like in car parks especially, this will tend to struggle. So if you get the other variants with the seats, the 7 up to 11, yeah, you'll definitely feel the weight. But without them, even the tech here, so on and so forth, this thing is on rails. Now as well, this costs 1,550,000 pesos. I've never enjoyed driving a van. This thing's nuts. As well, as I mentioned, 6-speed automatic transmission. Oh yeah, 60 km/h, high gear. Oh, it still picks up pretty well. Now would I want one as a daily? For fun, I would literally buy one for fun. This is probably the best fun I've ever driven, hands down. So, as well, let's not forget the fuel economy. Oh my gosh, being a really light van, this is currently at 11.3 liters per 100 kilometers. That's freaking fuel efficient. So yeah, that concludes my review of this Hyundai Staria Cargo 6-speed manual. I never ever expected to drive this thing. So I would like to thank everyone at Hyundai Alabang and Miss Sherile over here. Her contact details and the address of Hyundai Alabang will be in the description down below. So let's get more cars like this on my channel. I want one, to be honest. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more future car reviews and more Hyundais. Let's go. Bye bye.